Thank you for watching. Well, first things first, just in case you go wonder the first few minutes why the hell I'm wearing a band-aid, make sure you organize your workspace. I did not do it. I had a whole lot of liquid mask and paperwork and all that shit laying around. Tried to sort of like sweep it off. Forgot I had my blade laying on the table as well, so I cut my fingertip clean off. Blood everywhere, so I put this band-aid on. It's not a fashion statement or anything, it is just to avoid me bleeding all over the screen. So that's that. Project Hoonicorn, the Mustang Shelby that I'm painting up. How far along is it? Well, the entire inside is painted. Right now the only thing left to do is the outside. But there's so much that I need to tell, I think, or that I want to explain, and you can skip ahead at certain points in this video if you think that it's really boring. That I just want to dedicate a video to this update, because I still have, I think, a day of work left in finishing the outside of the shell, but so far the inside was a lot of work. If you want to replicate a paint scheme, I think replicating a paint scheme is way more work than just coming up with something yourself. Just because it's already dictated what you need to do, the sizes of certain logos, all stuff like that. For logos, I don't use a plotter. I cut everything by hand, and I always grab images from the internet, mirror them around after sizing them up in Photoshop. I flip them horizontally before printing them, and then I stick them to the outside of the shell. That way I have a good transparency, a good view through whether that's my masking tape or my liquid mask, and I see where I need to cut. In this case I needed to grab a whole lot of logos. There's DC logos on this car, there's Alpine Stars logos on this car, Spy Plus logos, Hoonigan logos, Monster Energy logos, Castrol logos, GoPro logos, you name it. And certain things that you see on the Hoonicorn, there were no images available yet when I started to paint up my car. By now I'm pretty sure that you can indeed find the skull with 43 on the forehead. But when I started out with my paint scheme I couldn't find it. There you need to put a lot of work in to make sure you can actually find the image. You can either go grab like an amplified, a blown up version of the car, take your skull from there. Or what I did, I went to Ken Block's Instagram profile, found a picture of Ken Block wearing a t-shirt with the skull on it, grabbed that picture, put it back into two colors, cropped it, resized it a tiny bit, tweaked it, and that is what I used to put on the skulls. There's a few skulls on here, two on the front, two in the sun visor, one on the top, and then there is one on the back. And in addition to anything that you find on the actual car, you can of course switch certain things around a bit. That's what I did with the Ford logo on the hood, and then the Hoonigan logo that I didn't write as Hoonigan, but I wrote it as a HemiStorm. That's of course my YouTube channel. So that's just to make the car a tiny bit more recognizable. You can add all the detail that you want, especially, well, in this case I didn't feel obliged to completely go 100% accurate on the paint scheme, because I'm using a Ford Mustang Shelby body shell rather than the two-door with the flat boot lid. I also added a Just Ain't Care thingy on the back, and I managed to replicate that donut, how do you say this, derelict, I don't know, I'm Dutch. The numbers on the side. One of those numbers isn't actually a number, that's a letter. That's the letter E. They flipped that horizontally. So, in case you wonder, Grave Blade is the font. I do all the research for you, so you don't have to. It took me a few hours to find this out. Grave Blade is the font, and then the 3 is actually an E flipped around horizontally. Well, mine has window trims, so I added some gunmetal window trims around all of the windows, just to make it pop a tiny bit more. I think once everything is done on the outside as well, it will look good. I also made this hood scoop from some HPI Baja side pods. I still had a stock body shell laying around. And I'm not using those because I'm of course using my own HemiStorm Addict body shell. So I decided to hack this up and make a hood scoop out of it. So this will sit like that. This is completely finished inside and outside. You will see a close-up of it. But for now you will be going through all of the steps, see what I did so far. It's been a mad amount of work, you really would not believe it. The only thing that I could really suggest and give you as a tip is stay patient at all times. If you feel like you're losing your patience, just step away from whatever the hell it is that you're doing and go do something else until you do feel like it again. Especially with the liquid mask, you can put such an amount of detail in it. It is quite incredible. If you do mess up a tiny bit, it can always happen that you don't cut far enough or deep enough, or that when you are weeding out, the tiny details come along with, details that should stay on the shell but that come out with the peeling. Don't panic. You can always later in the paint scheme, you can always sort of scrape off the paint that is on the part that should be masked, scrape it off and then back it with the color that it actually should have. Hope this makes sense. Otherwise you need to rewind it a few times, really long sentence and all that. So that is something that that can come in handy. Scratching paint can also come in really handy when you are doing some super detailed work, like I did in the back with that donut relic sticker. There's a sticker on the car. I did everything in paint, but there's a whole lot of detail that you can work in with just scratching the dried paint up with a blade. On the windows, I put some lettering on the back window just to make sure that you guys know what kind of YouTube channel you're watching. I did that in the copper color that eventually I will also put on the wheels. Back that afterwards with a bit of smoke. Always a good idea to smoke the windows, because in this case there's no scale interiors available. There's not even space for it because there's a huge engine sitting on that chassis. Yeah. Well, long story short, take your time, stay patient, drink lots of coffee, go step away from it on time. If you use liquid mask, the Bitty Design liquid mask, I must say it works awesome. I'm not sponsored or anything, just telling you what works and what doesn't work. I think it even works better than the sign strip that I used on the BMW and on the Audi. The Bitty Design liquid mask is really easy to apply. Very easy to cut. As you can tell, it is not transparent. It's kind of a shade of pink. It has the most unfortunate product name in the business, because Bitty Design is not something that I would put on a product, but it works amazingly well. The only difference that I found from sign strip is the Bitty Design, you can't cross the second coat over the first one. I hope that makes sense. With the sign strip, I put on one coat, and then when I put the second coat on, I go across 90 degrees. With the Bitty Design liquid mask, I put one coat front to back, and then the second coat, I also put that one from front to back, simply because if you would cross it over directly, it sort of hairs off, it sort of peels off instantly. So do two coats in the same direction, afterwards your third coat, go cross over with that one. And I used 4 coats. Super easy to cut, really easy to put a lot of detail into your paint scheme, and the only downside is it smells terrible. Anyway, that I think was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, absolutely, to see how this car will turn out. Eventually, I hope it will turn out okay. I still have a lot of stuff to do, some styrene work. I need to glue everything together, bolt everything together, need to still do the wheels, tires, all of that stuff. But most importantly right now I need to make sure that I put those flat coats on the outside, just to make it completely to my liking, and also to make sure that all the detail actually pops out, because you can't really see shit right now with the liquid mask still being stuck to the outside. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this update. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you did. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments box. If you want to be a tiny bit ahead of what's going on over here on YouTube, check out the description box of this video. There's a link to my Facebook, to my Instagram. Hope to see you all there. More and more people seem to be finding my Instagram, so it's really cool to see you guys over there. Also to see what you are up to. And thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.
It starts with an itch and a tingle, and then it builds and expands. And suddenly, all at once, my legs won't let me stand. I scratch till my fingers go numb, but my skin never bleeds. A silent accomplice waits and feeds when I'm asleep. There's something that lives inside me. I promise I'll never let it out. Oh, it grows and divides inside me. It's making a home beneath my skin. Have been buried deeply, the roots are in place. It's bright in the sun and it's dark in my days. I've taken it all for granted, but now it's too late. There's nothing that's left to do but wait. Something that lives inside me. I promise I never let it in. Oh, it grows and divides inside me. It's making a home beneath my skin.